Amigos of Footmex Nation, I'm Wiso Vasquez bringing you a special preview of the Clasico Tapatio. Thank you to our friends at Tecate. With me, I have Mr. Tom Marshall, one of the leading experts in all things Guadalajara when it comes to football. Tom, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, Wiso. Muchas gracias. Really looking forward to Saturday's game. You know, Chivas Atlas is probably the favorite game for me in the Liga MX calendar, so looking forward to another edition of Chivas against Atlas.
Well, there you said it. A lot of people's favorite. Now, let's talk about this Clásico. Obviously, there's, the Clásico Nacional that's coming up in a couple weeks, El Clásico Regio, but this is a little special in Guadalajara. You're saying, and I'm talking to you, that to Atlas and Guadalajara fans, Chivas fans, this is more important than most games, and to them, especially Chivas fans.
Yeah, I mean, you chat to Chivas fans here, and this means in Guadalajara. And it means much more than, a Clásico Nacional. Why? Because in the Clásico Tapatio, it's, Chivas fans are, it's your brother, it's your workmate, it's your cousin, it's your neighbour that you're arguing, you're betting with. So yeah, there's a greater intensity, I find, in the Clásico Tapatio compared to the Clásico Nacional.
Yes, and it comes also from the cantera, right? Those players that grew up in Guadalajara, they face each other, they go in different types of clubs, and as a player, you're seeing them in sub-13 games, sub-15 games, so it looks like the rivalry in Guadalajara is probably a little more heated than it comes into a team in Nacional across, in Mexico. But let's go ahead and talk about preview in the football. What do we need to know about this game, Tom? Standings, how are both the teams? What do we need to know on what we're going to see on Saturday?
Yeah, I think we're going to see two teams that go out on attack. I think that's the idea of both sides. Mateus Almeida, the Chivas coach, was saying today that he likes how Atlas are playing this season. Atlas are up there in the playoff places now. I mean, if you look at what's being said and what's going on with Atlas this season, I think they're quite positive about the chances. I know there's only 5 games gone at the Apertura. Atlas fans are liking what they're seeing. Chivas, on the other hand, for me, a little bit underwhelming. I mean, 2 goals in the first 5 games. I know they're up there in 10th position, but I think Chivas has still got more to give. And players like Gullit Peña, Isaac Brizuela, I think Saturday's a good opportunity for them to kind of really get the season going, because they've not started so far.
Yeah, definitely a game for them to step up. Now, let's talk about a couple of issues. Well, not issues, more like things people are talking about outside of football, outside of the 11 versus 11 there on the field. And that's Chivas TV. With everything that's surrounding, it's the very first Clásico everyone will be watching. And then also, how does that play into with Atlas? 100 years was celebrated 2 days ago. It's going to be a very important game for both. Do you think that'll come into effect when 11 versus 11 come on the field?
I think from the Chivas point of view, maybe not. But the thing for Chivas is, in Chivas TV, you're paying for individual games. And I think it only works if you've got a winning team. And, coming up to a game against Atlas, I mean, these are games Chivas now have to win, not just because of the 3 points, but because it's going to get people buying Chivas TV and buying into the idea of Chivas. I think Atlas, the 100 years centenario, it's been massive. The celebration's been huge. Fans have been, showing the support for the club. But if they win on Saturday against Chivas, it'll be the cherry on top of the cake for all this week-long celebration for the club. So it'll mean so much for Atlas to get a victory on Saturday against Chivas.
Definitely, this is a Tapatio, a Clásico Tapatio that everyone was watching from both clubs. Let's talk about Chivas. What do they need to win? Almeida did say that this is going to be the intensity is going to be high, almost like a Boca River type of game, and they should take it as that. What does Chivas need to do to win this game?
It might sound a bit stupid, but Chivas need to score some goals, and I say that not just to state the obvious about how you win a soccer game, but Chivas only scored twice in the first 5 games. They've had problems up front. Angel Zaldivar scored against Santos to get the win last weekend, but he's struggled. Chivas are struggling for a centre forward. Marco Bueno might be in line for a start on Saturday against Atlas. But Brizuela, Peña, La Chofis Lopez, these players have to show something, Cisneros. They have to gel better than they have done so far this season if Chivas are going to get a victory against Atlas.
Well, there you go. Score some goals is what's needed. It sounds easy, but a little hard for Chivas team right now at the moment. Well, guys, that's our preview. Thank you, amigo Tom. I know that you'll be there. Foodmex Nation will also be there. I'll get a chance to hang out with you. We'll give you the color. We'll bring you the preview. It's a late game on Saturday, 9 p.m. Guadalajara time for all of you guys that are going to be watching in the East Coast, maybe staying up a little longer than usual. But what do we have? Foodnext Nation also will have a little contest starting now. We'll give away a Chivas jersey thanks to our friends at Tecate. We'll give you a jersey if you give us the right score and who scores. Who's the player that scores for Chivas? So tweet us the who scored. That's going to be the Born Bold prediction, and we'll have it throughout the whole week. If you get the right name and also the score of the game, we'll send you a Chivas jersey. Who knows? Maybe we'll have it signed by someone if we get a chance to talk to some of the players. But we'll give you a lot of coverage. Thanks again, Tom, and thanks again to our friends at Tecate. We'll see you on Saturday, and keep it here with Foodmex Nation.